The speech was absolutely the most divisive speech I've ever heard during a State of the Union address.
And new this morning, just hours after President Biden's State of the Union address, reactions are coming in from politicians in Washington, D.C. Senator James Lankford, who was brought up by the president, calling the speech divisive.
And he called the president out for using the speech as a chance to push his campaign instead of bringing the country together. KOCO's Cameron Seibert live for us this morning with more on the president's speech and Senator Lankford's reaction. Cameron.
Yeah, good morning. It was a fiery speech the president delivered last night. He's facing a lot of criticism this morning, however, for people saying it was a campaign speech rather than a State of the Union address. He also brought up the economy and the border, and that's where Senator James Lankford was brought into the conversation, the senator's border bill that was shot down earlier this year. In a more than 8-minute video, Lankford ripped apart the president's address. He says it was a campaign speech, the most divisive he's ever heard, and that Biden was pushing socialism in America. But at one point, when Biden talked about the Senate's border bill, Lankford was seen nodding in agreement with the president.
4,300 more asylum officers and new policies so they can resolve cases in 6 months instead of 6 years now.
He never did compare some basic stats with, quote unquote, his predecessor, like how many people illegally crossed the border during his predecessor and how many people are illegally crossing the border now, or what the strength of the economy was 5 years ago versus what it is now.
And Senator Markwayne Mullin also adding a statement. He called the speech angry and hyper-partisan, packed with falsehoods and out of touch with the American people, saying the American people deserve better. And this morning, we're also hearing from Oklahoma's delegation in the House. That includes Representative Stephanie Bice.
You know, I don't think it was a State of the Union speech at all. It was really a campaign speech. A lot of one-liners, a lot of, I think, issues that are retrospective. He talked about things that happened in the last Congress. He talked about ACA. Those are things that haven't been discussed at all. And so I felt like it really didn't address the things that the American people wanted to hear.
A lot to unpack from the President's State of the Union address last night. We have a full breakdown if you'd like to visit our website, KOCO.com. This morning, we're live at the Capitol. Cameron Seibert, KOCO 5 News.